All right. Welcome once again to Understanding the Scriptures. The name remains Prince Martin Shadikobi. Today we're going to be looking at another topic titled The Beginning. The Beginning. I'm just going to read from some of the things I wrote down here on my little note. The beginning. The beginning of every great journey is always ugly. The beginning of every great journey is always ugly. But with hard work and persistence, beauty begins to set in. There's nothing in life that is worth building, be it a career, be it a business, be it a venture, be it whatever, that you just build overnight. It doesn't work that way. You have to take time to build a solid foundation. Again, from the perspective of an architect, you have to take time to build a solid foundation to get that career, that venture, that business venture, that whatever it is that you're going into. You have to build a solid foundation for it so that it can last, it can stand the test of time, and it can stand even in the storm. So next, it says, there's no building construction that looks beautiful immediately the construction starts. Again, from the perspective of an architect, no building, no matter how beautiful it looks at the ending, looks beautiful at the starting. In fact, the foundation stage of every building is very ugly. And that was the same case, that was the same situation God had in his hands in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 and 2. The Bible says, in the beginning God made, in the beginning. No, remember our topic today says the beginning. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And look at verse 2, talks about the earth precisely. He says, the earth was empty, was void, and darkness covered the face of the earth. Empty, void, formless, and darkness covered the face of the earth. Those three words, best described in one word, is summed up as ugly. God had an ugly situation in his hands, but guess what? He didn't give up. He didn't throw it away. He didn't throw the earth away just because it was ugly as at that time. He kept working on it, and in the process of time, it came out to become beautiful. That's why he said at the end of the day, God saw that everything was beautiful. So you've got to keep on working on your dreams, regardless of how it has started, even though it's ugly. Your situation in your life right now may be ugly, but as long as it's worth fighting for, as long as it's a good thing you're building, don't give up. You have to keep fighting. You have to keep going. And at the end of the day, beauty is going to start to set in the process of time. It says the journey or quest for success may have been, your journey or quest for success may have been marred or smeared with a lot of disappointments and painful experiences. Let me tell you something. On the path to success, every path to great success is literally littered with a lot of failures. The more you fail, the closer you are to succeeding. The more you fail, the closer you are to succeeding. Let me give this example. When I used to play football, me and my friend, we started practicing on a personal basis. And I told him one time, even though we're failing, I told him one time that the more we fail, the better we are becoming, the better our skills are being sharpened. So the more times you fail, the more you are closer to succeeding, the more your success is bound to set in. So you don't give up, even though the situations or your expectations are not falling into place at the starting stage. So you got to keep pushing, you got to keep going. So it's not time to throw in the towel. So you don't need to be discouraged how much success others have recorded. You just need to keep pushing. Your journey is not the same as theirs. The time it takes for a building, a bungalow building, to be started and completed, most times is the time it takes for a skyscraper to be built from the foundation, just the foundation of a skyscraper to be built. But once the skyscraper stands, once the skyscraper is finished, it can be seen from all over the said area. So your journey is not the same as that of others. So you don't need to begin to compare yourself with others just because they are achieving little successes. They are flaunting it around you. It doesn't mean you're not doing anything. So you got to keep going. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep pushing. Keep working hard. Those sacrifices, those sleepless nights, those efforts you're putting in eventually will work, and you will see success at the end of the day. So that is today's message. The beginning of everything is not always beautiful. The beginning of everything that is going to stand the test of time, the beginning of everything that is worth fighting for, the beginning of every dream, every venture, every career that will shine and become something of great repute is not going to start beautiful. The beginning always starts rough. Even God himself from the Bible had an ugly situation in his hands, but he didn't abandon it. He kept working on it. He kept pushing. And at the end of the day, the earth became beautiful. Today we see nature and we call it beautiful, the beauty of nature. God had to work on it from that ugly state. And then he got a beautiful earth at the end of the day. So don't give up on your dreams. That was just God trying to show us that you can succeed regardless. You can become a success regardless of how you started. The process of the beginning is the foundation process. And once you put in all the effort and pay the price at that stage, once you start to build, the sky will only be the starting point. That is today's message. Thank you for your time. God bless you. Like I always say, if you have any questions or any scriptures you don't really understand, write there in the comment sections, write them or type the scriptural reference. I'll look at them and I'll get back to you. Thank you once again for your time. God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend.